What's up, babes? It's Carlissa Victoria. I am back with yet another video. If you guys are new here, hi, welcome to the channel. So I just literally made this long video about how to break family cycles and things like that. So with this video, I'm actually going to be adding tips. So how to break cycles. This is just going to be, I don't know if you want to call it a series or if you want to call it something that we're going to be talking about a lot in the coming time. So I'm going to go ahead and take out my notes, and I'm gonna put the notes in the phone, and hopefully when the time comes to upload the video, hopefully I could just put the notes on the screen. So the first thing on how to break cycles is you have to will to do it, right? Willing to do something is basically putting yourself to say, hey, I'm gonna do this no matter what it takes. I'm gonna do this no matter how many times I fail. I'm gonna do this because I am willing in my mind to do it. Once you will in your mind to do something, you are literally going to reap the benefits. You're going to reap the results. You're going to be able to get the things that, you know, it's just going to come to you that, like, every time it's time to do something, oh, you're on it. Why? Because you have already willed to do it. When you will to do something, it's like you have already committed to it. Which leads me to the second thing. Once you will to do it, you then have to commit. You have to commit. By committing to something, and I'm trying to type this in because I'm going to end up doing it like my other video the other day where I linked it on the screen, or I put it on the screen for you guys to be able to take a screenshot. You have to commit. So by committing, that's committing to yourself. That's committing to the goal. The storage filled up. But commitment is going to be required for you to boss up and step up and do what you need to do. If you can't commit, then how do you expect for whatever it is that you're working on to actually be executed? Commitment is a requirement, baby. It is not, literally, it is not a recommendation. I mean, it is not I can't think of the word right now. It's not optional, basically. Commitment is required when you're trying to break cycles and to become the better version of yourself. So you have to will to do it. You have to commit. And once you commit, you have to be disciplined enough to do it. You guys hear me all the time say, you know, that discipline, literally, consistency, commitment, all of those things are going to be needed for you to be successful. So you have to be disciplined. You have to know that, like, I might not be motivated, but baby, if I say I'm waking up at 5 a.m., working out, going to walk the dog, and come back and work on affirmations and goals and business strategizing and rebranding and relaunching and repackaging and whatever you're doing for your brand, that same little, that same schedule, that same routine that you have, daily routine, is what you're going to be signing up for. Commitment, discipline. Now, I don't expect for you to get all these things and do these things overnight. Sometimes it's going to take for you to have to get back in the momentum of building this routine up. It might not be overnight, but if you can start doing little things at a time, like you say, oh, I want to get my overall wellness back together. Well, you might want to start drinking water today. That's something that the best time to start is today. The second best time is tomorrow, okay? So you want to start today with what it is that you are passionate about. Not be sitting here and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Start today with little strides. After being disciplined, I would say consistency. These are in no particular order. You need them all. So first, we have will to do it. Second, we have commitment or commit. Third, we have discipline. And then fourth, we have consistency. You have to be consistency. You have to be consistent. So you need to commit, you need to be disciplined, and you need to be consistent. By being these things, these are going to carry you when you're not motivated. The discipline, the commitment, the consistency, those are going to carry you when you don't feel like you can keep going. That is what's going to wake you when you're thinking about that why and that passion and that purpose and that all of that. That is what's going to get you going. Okay, so then the next thing that I would say on your road to becoming and breaking cycles, you have to literally, it goes back to the video I just made. You have to also know why. Why are you doing it? Once you know why you are doing what you're doing, it's going to make sense as to why you keep waking up from your purpose and your passion. It's why are you doing what you're doing is how I'm going to word it. Or I'll say, So know your why in life. Yeah, when you understand why you're doing what you're doing, your passions will really get you up out that bed. Your passions will keep you up late at night. You know you got to get up at 5 a.m. to go to your 9 to 5, but you're getting up anyway, and you're going to sleep at 1 o'clock in the morning because you are so connected and in tune with what it is that you're supposed to be connected and in tune with. So those are 5 tips that I would give on discovering and breaking cycles in your family, and breaking cycles just in your life in general. Because some people feel like, well, I don't have a major story to determine what I have going on for me. And it's like, we all got a story. We all have something. Now, what the depth of your story is versus somebody else, it could be different. But at the same time, we all should have a reason as to why we go and do what we have to do. And there's some people who, yes, you may live you may be such in a different world in your mind because you're so used to everything being taken care of for you that you don't even take the moment to think as to why your life matters. You just think like, oh, okay, my parents are gonna just fund my whole entire lifestyle and da 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 da. And you never even live out your fullest potential or purpose because you are banking on the fact that you will be taken care of. That is the scariest space to be in. I always used to say, you know, growing, like in my younger years, I'm still in my 20s, but in my younger years, when I would meet, you know, gentlemen who would be older, they'd be like athletic or whatever, and they're like, oh, well, you know, I could do this, I can make sure that you don't ever work, or in successful jobs, even if they're not athletes, I can make sure that you don't have to ever work again, and da-da-da. And it's like, no, bro, I want to make sure I don't have to ever work again if I don't want to. Okay, I don't need you to basically put me in a space where you are basically creating ownership over me. I want to be able to have my own skill sets. I want to be able to be an asset myself. I want to be able to make the decision to do the things that I want to do when I want to do them. I don't want someone to just be like, oh, I can cut you off at any time because I have you at the palm of my hand and I could throw you away when I feel like it. I'm just not that girl. And I mean, there's some people who want that lifestyle where they just have somebody who take care of them and don't care to acquire their own skill sets. I'm not that girl. I need to acquire my own skill sets. I need to acquire all of the things that I need to be passionate, purpose, and live a good life. So for me, yeah, I'm not that girl. Will it be nice, you know, if some people say, oh, well, my man decided to da-da-da-da-da, he said I don't have to work da-da-da-da. If that's what you want to do that. But I'm definitely going to encourage you, men and women, make sure you have your own skill set, your own, that if somebody said they don't want to talk to you today, they want to divorce you, they don't want to be with you, they don't want to da-da-da-da, you can walk out tomorrow and stand on your own assets. Your assets being assets, a lot of people look at and think it's only like in, oh, assets, what do I have in the bank? What is the money? What is the da-da-da-da? Your education is assets. You may not need a college degree necessarily to be considered an asset, but if you have the opportunity to do it, people say, oh, it's just a piece of paper. Oh, it's a piece of paper that a lot of my ancestors didn't get to touch. Okay? A lot of them didn't even get to make it past, you know, just the level of a kindergartner, first grader, elementary school. So when I talk education and I talk about furthering myself and I talk about an asset and I talk about breaking family cycles and I talk about just being the best me, that piece of paper mean more to me than it's gonna mean to some people. And it's just like, don't allow everybody to get in your head. So if you were ever thinking about furthering your education, I knew a young man who was talking about he wanted to go to school for business, but really like he's already in business stuff. I said, sometimes your best teacher, first of all, is going to be the world. It's not going to be the curriculum, but you have to ask yourself why you're doing it. I know that I'm breaking the cycles in my family of my you know, education. I know that I'm literally doing the things that were said I could not be. I literally wanted to boss up and not be a product of my environment. I wanted to boss up and not be, I wanted to be better. And that's because that's what I want to be. And like I said, it furthers me as an asset. I definitely have a good amount of education. And do I think I would be successful without education? Certainly. But don't you think you'd be more successful when you educate yourself further? So when I speak assets, assets are not just, oh, I have money on the CD, oh, I have money in the bank, oh, I have money in stocks and bonds and all of those. You know what I mean? Your asset is also your mind. It's that background that you have in education. It's that what you're able to bring to a company. It's the, how can I change the marketing material? How can I, you know what I mean? So in the end of the day, you have to look at it like that. You have to decide why your situation is your situation. But don't let nobody deter you from doing anything that you want. Yeah, you may see, oh, these billionaires and things like that, oh, none of them had college education. Great, but they were all smart. They were all of these different things and they didn't give up. That's cool. But do not let anybody deter you from being great, all from a, well, you don't need to go to college to be da-da-da-da. Because trust me, I don't think you need to go to college to you know, be successful out here. But I think that is more to it than just the success part. You know what I mean? Because college is not going to teach you how to go do work, I don't know, like go work in an industry. You're gonna have to gain that from firsthand experience. You're only reading about it. You need that primary experience. But it doesn't mean that that won't help you to formulate different thought processes or do different things. It can help you in so many different ways. So I wouldn't knock it. I wouldn't knock it. I just wanted to speak on that because when some people say, oh, it's just a piece of paper. It's just a piece of paper, baby. Do we need to run back how this piece of paper, how segregation was segregation and how people could not sit? You had the white people here, the black people here, and even now in today's world, we're still dealing, it might not be signs on the wall, but it's definitely signs in front of our face. So when we talk about, oh, it's just a piece of paper, it's just a piece of paper that our ancestors would be proud for every single person who's been able to obtain it, for every person who's been able to be successful. So at the end of the day, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm going to post this video up today, and I'm just going to be posting quite a few motivational videos because I think this is the time we're in. These are the things that we need. So I hope this helps somebody. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Later.